of Night and Hale game calls, David Hale, grew up in western Kentucky not too far from Harold Knight. He lived on a small farm that bordered the restricted property of Fort Campbell. At the time, this protected location was loaded with wildlife and one of the few places in the state that encompassed good numbers of white-tailed deer and turkey.
In the early part of the 60s and late part of the 50s, 80 to 90% of the people lived on a farm. And I was one of those guys that was raised on a farm. So I spent my time, when I had time off from farm chores, chasing squirrels.
When David wasn't doing chores on the farm or attending school, he spent every spare second in the woods chasing squirrels, rabbit, and deer with his younger brother. Consequently, it was hunting squirrels with a .22 rifle that ignited David's passion for the outdoors and taught him how to be a proficient hunter.
David's passion for squirrel hunting as a kid, I believe, kept him in the woods, which taught him a lot about animals.
And there's one thing I found out about animals making sounds. They don't communicate as gossip. Everything they say has some meaning to it. And so all I had to do was start learning the meaning of some of these sounds and use it in my hunting skills.
David relied on his woodsmanship skills more than anything. However, he realized he needed to get better at calling and learn the vocalization of the wild turkey.
It didn't take David long to understand that calling was a much better way to harvest gobblers during the spring. However, it was very difficult at the time to get your hands on a good sounding turkey call. Some years later, a chance encounter on one of his spring hunting trips would reveal that an authentic sounding turkey call was not that far out of reach at all.